Imagine this, a world without the iPhone. No Apple Watches reminding you to drink water, no AirPods falling out during Zoom calls. Now, imagine no Amazon, no next day delivery for that yoga mat you'll never use. Scary, right? Well, today we're diving headfirst into a battle of tech titans, Steve Jobs versus Jeff Bezos. Two men who didn't just change the game, they rewrote the rules. But which one truly left the biggest mark on the tech world? Grab a snack, get comfy, and let's settle this once and for all. Round 1, the Visionaries. First up, let's talk about their vision. Steve Jobs wasn't just a CEO, he was an artist, a perfectionist, a guy who probably rearranged his fridge until it was minimalist enough. Jobs didn't just create products, he created experiences. The iPhone wasn't just a phone, it was a status symbol, a lifestyle, a portable Instagram machine before Instagram even existed. On the other side, we've got Jeff Bezos, the man who turned a humble online bookstore into the everything store. While Jobs wanted to fit the world in your pocket, Bezos wanted to fit the universe in a cardboard box and ship it to you yesterday. He saw the potential of the internet in the 90s when most people were still wondering what a .com even meant. But that's the thing about visionaries. They see what's possible before the rest of us even know what we want. Round 2, early struggles and breakthroughs. Let's rewind the clock. Before they became icons, both Jobs and Bezos had their fair share of struggles. Steve Jobs. He got fired from Apple, the very company he co-founded. Imagine getting kicked out of your own house. But Jobs didn't sulk. Instead, he went on to create Next, a company so ahead of its time that Apple eventually bought it. Oh, and during that little detour, he casually helped Pixar become a global powerhouse. Yeah, no big deal. Just revolutionizing animation while waiting for Apple to come crawling back. Bezos, on the other hand, started Amazon in his garage. Classic rags to riches energy. He spent hours packing boxes himself, taking orders manually, and persuading investors to believe in this wild idea of selling books online. At one point, he even had a bell that rang every time someone placed an order. Fun fact, the bell was retired after it wouldn't stop ringing. Who would have thought a little online bookstore would eventually outgrow the entire world? Round 3, the game-changing products. Let's be real, Apple products are hot. From the click wheel on the iPod to the iconic notch on the iPhone, Steve Jobs had a knack for making tech cool. Before the iPhone, phones were clunky, full of buttons, and let's be honest, kind of ugly. Jobs changed that overnight. Suddenly everyone wanted a phone that could swipe, tap, and play Angry Birds. Remember Angry Birds? Iconic. Now, Jeff Bezos wasn't exactly about the sexy factor. Amazon isn't sleek, it's functional, but it's also unavoidable. From the Kindle that revolutionized how we read to Alexa, the creepy little voice in our homes that might secretly be spying on us. Kidding, kinda. Bezos created products that became part of our daily routines. And let's not forget AWS, Amazon Web Services. It's the backbone of the internet, powering Netflix, Pinterest, and even NASA. Yeah, Bezos basically owns the cloud. No big deal. Round 4, the quirks that made them legends. Now let's talk quirks, because you don't become this successful without being a little different. Steve Jobs was famously obsessed with simplicity. He once spent 2 weeks debating the exact shade of gray for the Apple logo. 2 weeks. This man cared more about fonts and colors than most of us care about our own life choices. And then there's Bezos with his notorious laugh. A laugh so unique it's been described as sounding like a robot learning emotions. But quirks aside, Bezos also had this relentless focus on customer obsession. While other companies asked, what can we sell? Bezos asked, what do customers need? That mindset turned Amazon into the juggernaut it is today. Round 5, the cult following. Steve Jobs had a fan base. Scratch that. He had a cult. People didn't just buy Apple products, they were devoted to them. They'd line up for hours, maybe even days, for the newest iPhone, and let's not forget the infamous black turtleneck. Jobs wasn't just a CEO, he was a rock star. Apple keynotes were like concerts. People cheered when he unveiled a new gadget like it was the second coming of sliced bread. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, isn't exactly rock star material. Let's be honest, his laugh alone is, well, unique. But where Jobs built a following, Bezos built an empire. You don't cheer for Amazon, you rely on it. One-click ordering, Prime Video, even Whole Foods. Bezos wormed his way into every aspect of your life. It's not devotion, it's dependence. Round 6, the secret weapons. Both Jobs and Bezos had secret weapons that fueled their success. For Jobs, it was his ability to create a reality distortion field. Legend has it, Jobs could convince anyone that the impossible was possible. Didn't think you could finish that project in a week. Talk to Steve. Suddenly you're pulling all-nighters like it's a sprint to the moon. Bezos' secret weapon, relentless experimentation. Amazon has launched dozens of weird projects, some successful, like Prime, and others, not so much. Remember the Fire Phone? Neither does anyone else. But for every flop, Bezos has had a hit that changed the game. He wasn't afraid to fail, and that's what kept him ahead of the curve. Round 7, Legacy. Here's where it gets tricky. Steve Jobs' legacy is undeniable. Even though he passed in 2011, his influence is everywhere. Every smartphone, every tablet, every slick piece of tech owes something to Jobs' vision. He made tech personal, beautiful, and dare we say, magical. But Bezos didn't just impact the tech world, he reshaped the economy. Amazon isn't just a company, it's a way of life. And with AWS, Bezos isn't just shaping how we shop, he's shaping how the internet works. And that's not even counting his ventures into AI, robotics, and yes, space. Round 8, the space race. Speaking of juggernauts, let's blast off into the final frontier, space. You didn't think we'd ignore their intergalactic ambitions, did you? Steve Jobs may have stayed grounded, but Bezos? Oh, he's looking up, way up. His space company, Blue Origin, is locked in a battle with Elon Musk's SpaceX for cosmic dominance. Bezos has said he's pouring billions into Blue Origin to make space travel accessible for everyone. Ambitious, right? Well, if his track record with Amazon is anything to go by, we might all be vacationing on the moon in a few decades. Prime delivery included. Round 9, the human side. Here's the thing, it's easy to think of these two as larger-than-life figures, but let's not forget, they're human too. Jobs was deeply spiritual, often drawing inspiration from Zen Buddhism. That philosophy of mindfulness and simplicity, it's baked into Apple's DNA. In fact, Jobs once said, "The journey is the reward." Deep, right? Bezos, meanwhile, had a different mantra. Work hard, have fun, make history. It's a bit more upbeat, like the tech version of a motivational poster. But despite his ruthless business tactics, Bezos often credits his parents for supporting his crazy dreams, even helping fund Amazon in the early days. Turns out even billionaires need a little help from mom and dad sometimes. Final verdict. So, who had the bigger impact? It really depends on how you define impact. Steve Jobs changed how we interact with technology, making it a seamless extension of ourselves. But Jeff Bezos changed how the entire world does business. Jobs gave us products to love. Bezos gave us systems to depend on. But let's be honest, if Steve Jobs were alive today, he'd probably say, "Alexa, who's the greatest tech visionary of all time?" And Alexa would reply, "I can't answer that." Extra round 10. Impact on future generations. So, what does the future hold for their legacies? Steve Jobs' impact on design and innovation continues to inspire new generations of entrepreneurs. Every sleek gadget you see today owes something to Jobs' obsession with form and function. Designers still study Apple's approach to minimalism like it's a sacred text. And Bezos? His vision for the future extends far beyond tech. He's pushing boundaries in renewable energy, logistics, and AI. Plus, with his Day One Fund, he's working to address homelessness and early childhood education. Love him or hate him, Bezos is playing the long game, not just for Amazon, but for humanity itself. Final comparison, a legacy in numbers. Alright, let's hit you with some jaw-dropping numbers. Steve Jobs' Apple was worth $350 billion when he passed in 2011. Today, it's the first $3 trillion company. That's trillion with a T. Jeff Bezos, he built Amazon into a $1.4 trillion empire. Oh, and along the way, he became the richest man in the world. For a while anyway, until Elon Musk snatched the crown. But numbers only tell part of the story. Jobs gave us the iPhone, arguably the most influential product of all time. Bezos gave us the ultimate convenience, an online ecosystem we can't live without. You tell me, what's worth more, a revolutionary product or a world-changing system? Let's wrap it up. At the end of the day, comparing Jobs and Bezos is like comparing apples to, well, Amazons. One gave us gadgets we love. The other made us so lazy we'll order toothpaste online instead of walking 2 blocks. Genius in their own way. So, next time you're scrolling through your iPhone while waiting for an Amazon delivery, take a second to thank these two for making it all possible. And if Alexa hears you say thank you, maybe she'll stop spying on you. Just kidding. Probably. That's a wrap, folks. Now it's your turn. Who do you think had the bigger impact, Steve Jobs or Jeff Bezos? Drop your vote in the comments below. And hey, while you're at it, like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. We'll deliver fresh content faster than Amazon Prime. See you next time.